Hey there. Welcome to another episode of Heart and Hustle, Visionary Healers, Movers, and Shakers. I am your host, Paulette Rees-Denis, here to bring you magic makers from around the globe, people who are creating change, who have small businesses, large businesses, hobbies, but they are creating the life of their dreams. And that, my friends, is what living is all about. So let us know how you like this episode. Please subscribe, and we'll see you there. Thanks for joining. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another Heart and Hustle. I am Paulette Rees-Denis. I am your movement motivator and your passion instigator, and we are here interviewing people who are creating change, who are living the life of their dreams, who are making an impact in the world. Also movement motivators and magic makers. And I just love bringing these people to you, my friends. As you know, this is my 6th year of creating this podcast. And today I have Karen Blaine with us. I'm so excited, Karen, to meet you.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you as well.
Yeah. And have you here and share some of your story with all of us. So for those of you who are new to me, I am a lifestyle coach for creatives. I am an author as well, a poet. I have published 4 books. I run a global dance company that I've run for 30 years and have been doing this podcast, like I said, for 6 years. I teach writing, I teach dance and yoga, and I love empowering people to be their best selves. Especially as we get older, I feel like it's so important to step into these new changes and envision a different life, a life that we want to live now as we get older.
Right.
Right? And take care of ourselves and live in fullness and wellness. And that's why I get to bring all these wonderful people to you. So Karen is with us today. She's also in California. And that's great. So we're on the same time frame thing. Sometimes I have people from all over the globe and it's all crazy times.
I
So,
bet.
so Karen, yay, welcome, welcome, welcome. And share some of your story with us. What are you doing? What's making the world go round for you?
For me, it's just been this for the last couple of years actually, where I've had this creative process and I can't seem to stop wanting to share it with
Good.
with the world. And and hopefully I can help others, and that would be the ultimate for me to be able to do that and give some of my own input that I have worked on for a lot of time now. I have 7 books done.
7. Woo! I'm working on my 5th one. That's great.
Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. So do you feel like that's mostly your calling now is to be the writer and to share um, tools
Yes.
and education and stuff with people?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's to kind of finally, for people who sort of missed out on figuring out where they could go and become their best selves, like you were talking about, especially as we're older. This is a way of saying, I can do this. This is doable. And what she's saying, I can understand it, and I can learn from it, and I can do it as well. So
Cool. That's great. And you're also so you're a hypnotherapist
I am.
and an intuitive.
I am. Yeah.
So talk to me about how those worlds mesh.
Well, I've always been a person who delves into the subconscious almost more than the conscious mind. So for me, it's as if you can learn more by mastering your subconscious. What can you get out of it? What can you grow from it? Where can you heal from it? All those areas are in the subconscious, and in my mind. I Some people say 90% of our brains are are in the subconscious. So I really am a big believer that once you can heal a lot of the things that have been in our subconscious since we were little kids, more so than even maybe just, I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with psychotherapy. I think it's great. I've had them many times over my life. But I think that it's also really important to know that going to your subconscious is an important way of learning about yourself.
Well, it's stepping into your core. It's stepping into your heart, your soul, your spirit, your higher self, right?
You're absolutely, absolutely. And I think in the books I've written, and I think the one we were thinking about was You Are Not Alone, which so many people today feel so alone.
Right, right, right. Oh, and because of COVID,
Oh, yes. And that's kind of made it so much worse, so much worse.
yeah.
And I'm an introvert. So for people like me, I do think that COVID made it harder because it was like, okay, I'm not going anywhere and this makes it easier. But I did start to write more and more. So I knew I was getting
Oh,
somewhere.
yeah.
It just wasn't what everybody else was doing. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to go to dinner with all my friends and stuff. That wasn't me. I mean, that wasn't me. But at least I was able to really focus on what I thought was important. And so that was saying things like, are you being your authentic self? Are you learning about your authentic self? Being, are you living your life with a sense of being congruent, so
Hmm.
that you can match up your thoughts processes along with your feeling processes so that they sort of go hand in hand. And you know then that what you're saying and doing are the right ways to be, because what will happen is you will feel a lot more, you'll feel like you're gelling. You'll feel like you are truly, finally, being one with yourself.
Yeah.
The more you feel one with yourself, maybe in some ways, the less introverted you are, because you can say, hey, I am that person. I can be authentic and I can be resilient. So I think that I can do this. I will do this. I will step out of that comfort zone and I will do this. So,
Yeah, I just see so many people, and even myself included, sometimes it's been so easy since COVID to stay home, shop online,
yeah, for sure.
you know,
Yeah,
food delivered, all the things. And that makes it even harder sometimes. I mean, my home is my paradise. I
right.
love being in my house. I mean, my office is, a sanctuary.
It's adorable.
Yeah, thank you. And so it does, and I'm an introvert extrovert. I am
You're
totally
an ambivert.
yeah, I'm an ambivert. I love
That,
being on stage. I love speaking. I love teaching. I traveled around the world, but then I have to have that alone time, that extra time to myself for self-care. And I know you talk about self-care too. I think that is such an important thing to talk about because self-care doesn't mean always just getting a manicure, pedicure.
no, it
You know,
doesn't.
it means a lot more deeper diving, right?
Yeah,
So what do
yes.
you what do you what do you do for self-care?
Well, there's so many things, but I'm going to keep it really simple.
Okay.
Let's just, I'm going to do four.
Okay.
So, like visualization, which is in one of my books. I don't know which one right now. And but what it does is if you're doing a visualization, say before you're going to sleep, and you've got insomnia, like a lot of women who are like me, past menopause, I have insomnia, and so what you can do is you can just practice the visualization and going from your head all the way down to your feet, relaxing up your body. And you can really try to make sure that you have the ability to feel that sense of peace.
Hmm.
And that sense of peace is more important than doing your nails. Most of the time. Most of the time.
I mean, it's an extravagance, but it feels
Oh,
good.
you're welcome to it. Mine are terrible, and maybe I'm just saying that because I'm jealous. I don't know. But another one is for me is mindfulness.
Fine.
So important, right? I think you probably know what mindfulness is. And
Absolutely. I mean, it's a huge buzzword these days too, though. So,
absolutely.
so
Yeah.
tell us your definition or
So my true definition is mindfulness means every moment of every day. And that's a lot, right? It sounds like, how can you possibly do that? Well, you're going to try to do it. So that means if you're getting on an airplane, or it means if you're going to go swimming, or it means if you're going to talk on the phone, or do a show like this one with you and you're lovely, you're going to make the most of it. You're going to be mindful that this is being important. It's an important way to live your life. Go ahead.
And you're living in the moment.
right. Well,
Absolutely.
that's it. I'm just going to bring up two things. It's like being super present,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's also doing the things that rock your boat.
Absolutely. Yes.
It's like, why would you
Yes.
spend your time doing something that is just like, you know?
And
And if I'm going to
you
talk
know,
to you and I'm like, reading my phone or whatever, it's like, that's not the way to live.
no, and mindfulness is showing us importantly to, trying to stop all that stuff that isn't mindful. Yet it does. There, I love Cahill Gibran. I don't know if you know who he
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
And he talks about people who are doing anything, like they might be bricklayers, whatever it is they're doing that might maybe even be boring to them. He says your job and your mindfulness technique is to make it an exciting adventure.
Yes.
This is something you're lucky to be doing. This is your mindfulness.
I think
And
so
go
many
ahead.
people have lost that. They have a job that they don't like and they just are ho hum and they're, waiting on people or throwing, things around or whatever. It's like, no, make it the most beautiful thing, be of service and make it beautiful. Or don't do it, do something else.
Exactly. And you have it exactly what mindfulness is. So obviously you've done this for a while.
Yes. Okay, so what's the next thing? Visualization, mindfulness.
Mindfulness, affirmation for sure. So many of us have been, I will say it, majorly screwed up as kids, and we haven't been able to get past it. We just can't. No matter how much therapy, we just can't seem to get past that feeling of being good enough, that we're worthy.
Mhm.
So what I suggest, and I'm sure other people have, but what my suggestions are to say in a mirror, I am worthy to yourself every day, maybe 10 times a day. I love and accept myself. I believe in myself. There's so many. You can write them down if you want, but you want to start to say them so often that you start to reframe the old negative tapes that so many of us have who didn't necessarily have the best upbringing, and starting to say, I am good enough over and over again. And it really starts to make a subconsciously, it's again with my subconscious, but it starts to make a difference.
It's like your brain doesn't know. real from not real. It
Right.
hears you. It hears you. And I think that's so important. And I know, some people go, oh, that's so silly. I'm not going to sit there and tell myself I love myself. And it's like, well, if you don't love yourself, nobody else is gonna.
Right.
Right?
And so many people honestly are so have such a they'll own it. They'll admit that they don't believe enough in themselves. And so I say to myself and them, then come along with me. Start to say, whether it sounds funny or not, I love myself. I love me.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm fabulous. I love myself. You know, I couldn't do what I do if I didn't have those beliefs.
That's awesome. That's
And
amazing.
likewise with you. So, I hope you guys are listening to this out here in Heart and Hustle Land. That's really good. Okay, what's the fourth thing?
Meditation.
Meditation.
Right. We all know how to do it, but there are actually three kinds of meditation. But I don't, here's the truth, and it's my problem probably because you can go with the other two. But the last one is when you take a personal meditation. So this is instead of doing the affirmation against for instance, against the mirror, exactly, and saying, um, in your affirmation, so you have a little affirmation saying, I am worthy. You could pull it out of your pocket, say you're working. You could eat pull it out at lunch. And you're just saying, I am worthy. I am worthy. And it's similar to well, it's not really meditating. That sounds like it's more affirmation, but it also can be a sort of a meditation.
It's like a mantra.
It's like a mantra. Yes.
But you said there's three kinds of meditation. So, what are those three kinds to you?
One, I can't even pronounce the name, but it's a really hard one. So they don't even do it, I don't think, in America too much. And one's called Bija mantra. And that's when you do that's when you do the um kind of like the chanting type of meditation,
Okay.
right? And then the one I said, which is more of just bringing in the I call it affirmation meditation.
Okay. That's
You could
great.
just stick with affirmation.
Yeah,
And
and it's
instead of meditation, you can do there's a few more. There's more to do.
oh,
Like there's always yoga and there's a lot of stuff.
there's a lot. I do sitting meditation, but I also do moving meditation because I teach movement, I teach dance, and I
Ah,
teach ritual. So moving meditations are really good. And they were really good for me when I first started because I have so much energy that sitting was hard,
yes.
but it's also a great practice to learn.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Take one step at a time. So moving meditation is just this beautiful, flowing, rhythmic vibration.
Dance.
Yeah. So it's changing your vibration.
Right.
Yeah. And then you bring in those mantras or those affirmations, and that becomes that vibration.
And they're all similar. I mean, I had, for instance, put meditation down, but it really meditation's part of it. But then there's there's varying degrees of ways that you can talk about, relax. There's breathing techniques. I'm sure you've heard of all the different kinds of forest bathing, lots of kinds of those get more esoteric. Those get a little bit more, but
I
you
love
can just
that. I love it. Yeah, forest bathing. I love all that. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
So
a nature girl.
good. So am I.
Okay, so awesome. So that's beautiful. Now you said 7 books. So what's next for you?
So the next book coming up is Up in the Air, it's called, and it's about being balanced, being centered. And that one is about it's funny that we mentioned it. It's about one of the chapters is earth grounding. That's why I thought of it because we're in the middle of that one right now. But there's a lot of vibrations. You brought that up. It's about vibrations and how you deal with the different vibrations and make them important work for you, you know? So there's a lot. There's really a lot. A lot of that book is about philosophy. It's very different. The last book I had was about personal, a lot of personal feelings about what we go through as children and the traumas, and as a lot of the bullying that we have to go through and how to get to the other side of that with gratitude and with passions and with all kinds of ways to learn to be happy and
Hmm.
to make yourself feel like you're okay. You're okay. But this book, Up in the Air, again, is a little less about the personal side of it and is more about, I'd say, the cerebral side of it, which then becomes philosophy, and even psychologists, some of the great psychologists. So I do bring that into it. So the book is done and we're working on it, but each one of these books are very different.
Cool. That's great. When is this one going to come out?
Couple months.
Okay. Well, we'll be able to look for that.
Yay, I'll call you, okay?
And where are these available? Where are they available? The ones.
All Amazon. They're all on Amazon.
Okay.
Plus your website.
And my website. Let me give it to you. It's called eternalempath.com.
EternalEmpath.com. I'm sure I have that in all your notes that you sent me, but for those of you out there, and I'll post it all.
Thank you.
Anyway.
And I thank you for being my first person.
Yes, I know your first podcast. And
You know what?
Bring that fellow off to the side. Her husband's sitting there off to the side every now and then.
Yeah.
Voice.
And yeah, 44 years. So, yeah.
All right. Wow. 44? I'm on 43. No,
Yay.
40. I'm on 44. I know. It's great. That's awesome. All right. Well, Karen, this is beautiful. Thank you for spending some time with me.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, going through this with me and, knowing it was my first. And so I'll never forget it.
Sorry, I love it. And see how much we get to share and grow together and support each other. And that's so important. So important that we're here to network and share our gifts.
And I really love what you say, what your I should say, mine's Eternal Empath, but your entire website. I'm losing my brains. What your entire website is all about. It's beautiful.
Momentum and magic.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Except I can't remember it.
That's okay. Oh, that's not a good sign, but no, that's all right. Yeah, no, I really movement, momentum, and magic, and creating everyday magic in our lives is just why else are we living?
And you show it.
Absolutely. There's no other way. No other way.
That's great.
So we get to share that. We get to share it with the world, and we get to help support each other, and that is beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
All right, Karen.
Take care.
You, and I'll see you. I'll let
maybe
you
next book. Okay, that sounds good.
All right. Thank you, everybody out in Heart and Hustle Land. Thanks for being here for another episode. And we are in my 200 episodes now.
Oh, fantastic. Wow.
Excellent. All right. So until we meet again, many blessings. Mwah.
Mwah.